Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. As you know, we've been doing this new series on our channel, Knight Rider Filming Locations, where we go through each episode of the series in order, in airing order, I should say, and try and uncover all of the different filming locations, show you them then and now. So we're only a few episodes in, and specifically episode 5, Just My Bill, is the one we're going to be covering today. Now, there's a whole bunch of locations in this episode, much more than our previous one in Slam & Sammy's. And there's a few that are, we're having trouble finding. So hopefully you guys have helped us so much in previous episodes to uncover missing filming locations. In fact, in Slam & Sammy, we had a few unknown locations, and you guys stepped up and identified them, and now we know every location in Slam & Sammy's Stunt Show Spectacular, which is awesome. So hopefully we can do the same with Just My Bill, Not a Drop to Drink, No Big Thing, and the rest of the series. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first off, we see this establishing shot of a high-rise being built. Now, normally this would be incredibly difficult to identify because the building's not even done yet. But I wanted to give a shout out to a very special person named Larry. Larry has been following our filming location series. He lives in the area, and he's identified various locations in some of these episodes that we haven't found yet. So special thanks to Larry. He's going to be kind of a contributor as we go throughout this filming location series. But in terms of this location, this one actually has been identified, believe it or not. And part of the way it was identified is this building you can see just in the background there. So what is this? This is the Hilton Los Angeles in Universal City, 555 Universal Hollywood Drive. So take a look at the shape of the floors. You see how the corners are indented, and then it's flat, and then they're indented, come back out. So here is that building today, still standing and all finished, and you can see the shape matches exactly. And this building in the background here is right here, the Sheraton Universal, which has been featured in Knight Rider a number of times. In the Topaz Connection, we saw the Sheraton Universal as an establishing shot. And of course, here's the famous Black Tower at Universal Studios. So there you go, right in Knight Rider's backyard, the Hilton Los Angeles Universal City. All right, so next up is the standing set for the semi. I've yet to determine if I'm going to say this in every single filming locations episode because, like I said, this is a standing set. We've already covered this. This was on Stage 1 at Universal Studios. Stage 1 is still there, albeit a little bit different. It currently houses the Kelly Clarkson show, but not for much longer because I read that she's moving to New York. Anyways, this is Stage 1 at Universal. This is where the semi set, Devin's office set, and all the magic happened right there. Okay, so next up is this establishing shot of the City Hall, right? We see Michael and Kit driving, then you see this establishing shot here. So this is interesting because this building right here is not actually the building that they use for the interiors, but that building is literally right around the corner. So this building right here, here's what it looks like today. Same building, same location, obviously. Intersection of Broadway and Temple in Los Angeles. Okay? So to go to an aerial view, this is the building I just showed you right here. Okay? So we were looking at this building. That's the establishing shot. But the building actually used for City Hall is this one right here for the interiors. All right? So let's take a look at that. So we see this shot of Kit, and he's pulling into the underground garage, right? So he's coming in, taking a left, going into the underground garage here. So that door is actually this one right here, and unfortunately I can't get any closer, but that's the door that KITT went in right there. Okay. For some reason Street View is locked out right here, but KITT went in that door, and then a few seconds later, or not a few seconds later, but whenever he's chasing the bad guys, you see him come out of that door. Note the design around this opening here, and then he spins around, and look at the overpass right here. There's actually people, spectators watching, which is really cool. But that, so he comes out of this door, and there's the overpass right here. We're right under it. So he comes out and flies down this way. So again, this is about 229 North Main Street, Los Angeles. This is City Hall. All right, so now we're going to enter in a couple locations that I have yet to find. I'm assuming these are all in the greater Los Angeles area. But we've got this scene, kind of looks like a rundown area where the Oldsmobile comes through, flies over this intersection, then KITT does as well. There's not many clues here. No street signs. I mean, you can see street right there, but you can't read the rest, and I don't know what that says. So any ideas where this location is here? There's KITT. All right, so then we have this location, and this one I do know where this was at. Unfortunately, it looks like it's been redeveloped. But there's this scene where the car turns, and then, you know, KITT comes around, and then they end up going through here and going down, and this takes them down into the LA River basin. And I believe this is the same location that we saw used in the Ice Bandits when Michael is chasing the Diamond Thieves at the beginning of the episode. So this was right underneath the 6th Street Bridge on South Santa Fe Avenue in Los Angeles. Unfortunately, based on everything I can see, I think this bridge has been torn down and rebuilt, and this whole area looks different. So just to show you, see this building in the background here? Okay, so we've got the rectangular windows going down the side here. This is a street view shot I took 15 years ago of that exact location, still looking exactly the same. There's that same building. Here's where KITT chases the Oldsmobile down into the LA River, all right? Take a look at this building in the background here, this brick building with this white or concrete looking design here, okay? So let's go over here. So there's that building right there. There's that same building is the one we just saw in that screenshot. So it's still there. But see, when we go over to the area where that should be, the underpass to the LA River, look, the bridge, this is an all new bridge. Let me go forward a little bit more. See, this is all new. You can tell it's all new. And I think whenever they redesigned this, they changed it up completely, because if we go back out to here, here's the LA River right here. So that place where KITT drives down would have been like right underneath here, and that's completely gone now. So you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this has all been redone and no longer looks like it did back then. All right, and probably in the same area as all that other stuff is the continuation of this driving scene, of this chase scene with the Oldsmobile. You can see a bunch of the bridge overpasses there, driving through here, and then looks like the Oldsmobile goes under this very narrow passageway through here, and then KITT gets stopped. Another location, not sure where this is at. See if you guys can find it. Love to see if it's still there and if it looks anything like it did back then. All right, so then we have this establishing shot of Michael at KTSM TV, their TV station. In reality, this is at Universal Studios. You can tell by the see the globe light here. This is, if you were able to pan the camera to the right, this is the exact location where KITT broke out of Comtron in the pilot to go rescue Michael from jail. So if we look at it, let's go to Google Earth. Here we go. So the place where KITT broke out was right here. This door at stage 12, that was the Comtron door. And then he drove through here. KITT in that screenshot is parked right here, right outside those doors. And obviously this is the interior of one of the sound stages. I don't know if it's stage 1 or stage 12 or which one it is. Probably stage 1, I would guess, but this is also at Universal. All right, another unknown shot. This is obviously an establishing shot. This wasn't filmed for the show. You can tell by the really old cars and the way people are dressed. But this looks to be like a 16 or 17 floor building. Again, wasn't filmed for the show, but it'd be really cool if one of you guys could figure it out, where this building is or was. All right, so next up is this location, the Friends of Mother Earth Brian Ohlendorf office building. So there's not too many clues in the background. We've got this battery place, Iowa Farm Boys. This is, again, thanks to Larry. He did some digging and found where Iowa Farm Boys used to be located, and it was on Lankershim Boulevard, I think 7525 Lankershim Boulevard in North Hollywood, which is completely changed since then. So I think this is the location. You can see the mountains in the background there. You can see the mountains in the background there. It was right in this general area, but it looks nothing like it did back then. Yeah, this is what the building looked like. There's no numbers, there's nothing on it. You can see they covered up whatever was on this glass window, unfortunately. But all of this running through the alleys, again, I'm assuming this is behind, 1 block off of Lankershim in the alleys back there. But take a look at this. See if you guys, maybe some of this stuff, maybe this wall still exists. I don't know. There's some screenshots for you. And then, of course, this wall. It'd be really neat to find this wall. It'd be really neat if it still said this on that wall. And then Michael comes up. And there you go. So why don't you guys dig around? Dig around Lankershim Boulevard, North Hollywood. See if you can find any of these back alley shots. That'd be really cool. All right, so next up we have Jane's house. Again, I think this is an establishing shot. I don't think this was actually filmed for the show. Not too much information here, really. It says 1108 as the number, but other than that, there's no clues as to what this is. But based on the picture and the way it looks, I'm assuming this is stock footage. And then we come around back and we see the back of Jane's house, and clearly this is a completely different house, right? This is brick with white. Back here, it's red siding. Again, this is all you really see of this house. I don't know if we're going to be able to find it, but hey, you guys have found some seemingly impossible locations before, so see if you can find this. All right, so the climax of this episode, a lot of it takes place kind of out in the wilderness. And my guess is, and it's a pretty good guess, that all of this was filmed out in the Indian Dunes area, the Newhall Ranch. Remember when I said pretty much anytime you see Knight Rider in the middle of nowhere, it was filmed out in this location? I'm pretty sure this is the same deal. This would have been the same location where they filmed most of those biker scenes from Good Day at White Rock, and I think they filmed Dukes of Hazzard out here quite a bit. So this is all the Newhall Ranch in Valencia, California. I can't give you specific GPS coordinates for this because a lot of that area, there is no street view. It's all private land, so you really can't get down and dirty and see, details and pinpoint things. But 99% sure this was all filmed out in that area. All right, so the retreat that Maggie and the other leaders are at, right? We see Michael driving up, and we see this shot in the background. You see this building, and then there's this underpass here. This is on North Potrero Road in Westlake Village. This is the Foxfield Riding Academy, I believe. This is the same location that was used as the Foundation retreat in Whitebird a few episodes later. In fact, here you go. This is a scene from Whitebird, and there's KITT driving under that, that underpass right there. All right, so if we want to look at it today, unfortunately, once again, there is no street view, and a lot of it is hidden by trees, but it's right here. These buildings, somewhere in here, one of these buildings is what we're looking for. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of pictures. But here's one I found on the internet, and you can see the style of building, even the color and the vertical design is exactly the same as what you see here. So we're definitely in the right location. Unfortunately, there's no shots of this specific building that I can find. All right, and so like I said, this whole climax here, this whole scene is at Indian Dunes, Newhall Ranch area. You might be able to find this gate and this road if there's street view. And then it comes out to what looks to be the main road here. There's a shack right there. Look at the mountains. This all looks just like Good Day at White. There's that. Is that same? Yeah, see, there's that little building. There it is again right there. Coming around the road. Yeah, I bet this is all that East Carlisle Road in Westlake Village, which is where they filmed Good Day at White Rock. And then all of this helicopter scenes. All right, so the White Bridge. I remember for years, it took me forever to find this White Bridge, and then I found it, and then I actually visited this White Bridge. It's still there today. So this is the entrance to the Newhall Orchards, again, all in the same area. This is in Castaic, California, right off of Highway 126, so right here. So if you were to travel down this road right here, you would see the bridge. Interesting note is, excuse me, when I was out here, we drove down this little area, and I think, let me bring up an aerial view here. Yeah, so here's the bridge right here. That's the bridge. We turned in here, and we turned in right here, and there's a whole bunch of vehicles parked here for some production they were filming, because they still film on this bridge. So we unfortunately were not able to cross the bridge because it was all closed, but we did go right to here and got to see, the entrance right there to the bridge. And interestingly, just down the road here is the dry creek bed from KITT versus Carr during the finale where KITT and Carr show off or have the showdown underneath the bridge. It's literally just right down the road. All right, and then at the end of the episode, we're back at City Hall, and you can see this red patio, the stairs, the monument back here. And we're back at that same location we talked about earlier. These are the stairs coming down, and KITT was parked right here, and there's the monument that you see right there in the background. So that's all unchanged as it was 40 years ago. And finally, the restaurant at the very end of the episode. You see KITT pull into this parking lot. He backs up over here, and they go into this restaurant. And what's interesting, when you see it from this angle, you can actually see in the far background, this is the place from the pilot where Michael parks KITT, and he goes off and makes a phone call while the thieves throw a brick into KITT's window, or try to. KITT was parked right back there, so it's all in the same location. But this location is still there today, 4104 Cahunga Boulevard in Los Angeles. There it is right there. That's where KITT parked right there. And if we turn all the way around, there's that auto electric building, still there today. Painted over, but still there today. See? Right there. And I think this building right here looks to be the same as well. Yep. So there you go. There are your filming locations from Just My Bill. If you know any of the numerous unidentified ones from this episode, please let us know. Next up, we're going to try and tackle Not a Drop to Drink, so I hope you'll join us for that. As always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.